I'm Jessica Chobot. I can barely do anything a spider can, and this is Nerdist News. We may not know who's playing the new Marvel-Sony Spider-Man yet, but we do know who's writing and directing him. Drew Goddard, the man who made comedy horror cult classic Cabin in the Woods, bailed on running the Netflix Daredevil series, and was most recently set to helm the Sinister Six spin-off, is going to be the man to bring Peter Parker, presumably, back to the big screen. Goddard is not only the most obvious choice, but a great one. He came up with Joss Whedon as a writer on Buffy. He clearly has a passion for Marvel, and he seems like a nice guy. Okay, I couldn't think of a third thing, so we'll run with that. But look at his track record. He knows how to work comedy into almost any genre, and that's integral to any cinematic Spidey venture. But there's even more goodies to chew on from the Latino Review report that outed Goddard. For one, they've confirmed that we won't have to sit through another Spidey origin, thank God. Uncle Ben is dead already, folks! Woohoo! And Spidey's just starting his crime-fighting career. In fact, the companies are imagining a young actor who can grow into the role over many films like Daniel Radcliffe did as Harry Potter. That is such a good idea. Going from a high school Parker to a married to MJ with kids Parker and ultimately a dead but passing the torch to Miles Morales Parker will make for some very powerful superhero cinema over the next decade or so. And here's a Hulk-sized hunk of news to cap it all off. The film will focus at least partially on Spidey going toe-to-toe with Iron Man to prove that he's a worthy Avengers candidate. So yeah, count that more or less as confirmation that the rumored new Avengers lineup we'll see in Infinity War Part 1 will include the Web-Slinger. So where the heck does Spidey fit in the current MCU timeline? If we're meeting him in Captain America Civil War without an origin story, and he's fighting Iron Man for his place in the Avengers by his solo flick in 2017, it stands to reason that Peter Parker was battling street-level crime without drawing S.H.I.E.L.D.'s attention around the time of Avengers 1. In the comics, Tony Stark sees Peter Parker as a protege of sorts, and together the two heroes come out in favor of superheroes registering with the government. However, Spidey has a change of heart, switches teams, and fights alongside Captain America. This leads to a big fight scene between Stark and Parker. That fractured relationship coming out of the Civil War film could serve as the foundation for Peter to go up against old Shellhead and prove his worth as the hero in the spectacular Spider-Man. That's all speculation, of course, but really everything in Latino Review's report is great news all around, so what do you guys think? Is Drew Goddard the right choice for the spectacular Spider-Man? Is this all too much too soon? Let's discuss. Leave your comments below, click Spider-Man to subscribe to the Nerdist channel, find out what new shows you're going to obsess over next, and head on over to Nerdist.com for even more Nerdist news. It's a pretty, fancy body for a high schooler. Hello, Mrs. Robinson!